Facebook family and friends. Happy Friday. So me and my husband decided that we wanted to share 10 of our date night, date day ideas with you guys. I'm encouraged by some people who are really encouraged by our relationship or whatever. So we decided to share with you guys some things that we do. And also comment below. Maybe you can tell us some things that you like, and maybe someone else can see it and it'll encourage them. It'll give us some ideas on some things to do that, they might have not thought of. So I want to get started, and I want to first start with successful relationship goals. I'm going to share 3 of ours with you guys. Our first one is communication. Have to communicate. It is very, very important. Communication is imparting or exchanging information or news to each other. So always be considerate when you are communicating in your relationship. It's very, very important. Hear the other person out, and just listen to each other. It works. And our second one is compromise. Compromise. Give up something that was wanted in order to end or avoid an argument or a dispute. So if you can, before you even ever get into an argument, which don't think we do not argue, because that's just that's just crazy to think. But if we do, we always compromise with each other. And if not before the argument begins, we've already figured out how not to get to that point. So always compromise. And I got written down, always be willing and ready to seek compromise. It's very, 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 very important. Moving right along. And I also want to say, both parties need to understand and agree when you compromise. I want to move on to our date night and date day ideas. So I put date night and day because I don't want nobody to think that a date is just at nighttime, because it's not true. A date is not also just on the weekends. It's not just a Friday or a Saturday. That's not true. A date night is when you took out the time to, for each other. I go to work tonight, but yesterday we was off. Yesterday was what? Thursday. That was a Thursday. He was off too. So we took that day and took some time out of that day for each other. And when you're doing date night, date day, that means that you have put your children to the side, your work, your bills, your everything, your friends, and all of that. You just sit it down for the person, for your mate or your person that you're gonna spend the day with. It's not gonna work if you're gonna sit there and bring other people in. If you're together, but every time you turn around, someone's picking up a phone, or you get distracted by something on television, or you're distracted by a certain song or something like that, it's not gonna work. So just be very, very considerate. That communication. Be very considerate of each other during your date night or your date day. Date night, a date is about spending quality time together. Your standard, your status, and your worth. What is your relationship worth? Always ask yourself that, because if you don't, you're gonna put everything before it, and it's not gonna work. You might be in a relationship, but you just in it. You're not making time for each other. You have not decided that your relationship is more important than something else, or it's important enough, right, to take the time out to spend with each other. So always consider that, and always ask yourself, what type of relationship do I want to have? So what type of relationship do you want to have with your person, with your mate? That's a very important question to consider. So we're gonna move forward. And our first thing on the list that we do, these are things that we do. That this is not something we're just telling you or anything. These are things that we do. And please again comment and share some things with us. We would like to hear from you. What do you do? Or share it so that other people can see it. They might want to try it. So our first thing, we go out to eat.
Out to eat.
And he's gonna be putting it on the board. I'm the talker here. He don't talk very much though. He's like, I just write it down. So he's gonna give it to you one at a time, and then at the end I'm gonna show you the list because you may want to pause it and go back and write some of these things down to try yourself. So we go out to eat. It don't have to be fancy, expensive. Sometimes we might just pull up to the McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day,
not McDonald's.
He don't like McDonald's.
But
for example,
yeah,
he's trying to do better, so he don't want McDonald's. But and compromise, I won't eat there. We can try something else. It's not that big of a deal. No. So please don't get into an argument because she may say, I don't want to eat here. Okay, so what we're gonna do then? What you want? What would you like to eat? And then compromise. So it don't have to be anything expensive or extravagant. You might just run to get a hot dog or whatever, because at the end of the day, that is going to lead you back to communication and spending time together. You're going to end up together, just you and your person, and you're going to end up talking and being alone. That is the purpose of that. So remember, try not to argue, compromise. So, and what's our favorite thing today? We did Chinese food. We got some Chinese food today. Yeah. And I wanted noodles, but we wanted rice. So we had rice today. Moving right along though, our second thing is car riding. We enjoy being in the car. Y'all, it ain't nothing like just getting in the car. We don't have to be going nowhere. We don't have a destination nowhere plan. We'll just get in that car and crank up. Most of the time he be driving because he like to do the driving, and we just ride. We just ride. Sometimes we might end up in Albany, might ride over to Columbus. Like I say, you don't have to spend a dime. The purpose of the ride is to enjoy each other, to listen to each other, to communicate with each other, to actually take in things about each other. So we just drive, and we'll get out, ride around. Sometimes it might be 30 minutes, that might be an hour, and we just enjoy each other. And please take that in. These things are going to help you communicate and connect better with each other. Just take a ride. I promise you will love it. Our third thing is the movies. We love movies. We do it at home, and sometimes we'll go to the movie theater. It's the last movie we saw at the movie theater. It was the last movie. Wow, I can't even remember what it was called. I don't know, it was some movie. But as you can see, we went just to get out, just to get away from everybody and to just enjoy each other. I think it's Never Let Go. Never Let Go. We went to the movie to see that. And sometimes we'll just sit at home and we'll watch a movie, but it be together. No, don't get me wrong. We take the time out for our children. We have family time. Yes. It don't matter that our youngest two are 14 to 16. They still want our attention, and we spend a lot of time with them. We love them, but we have to have time for just me and him, or it ain't gonna work. Like I have to make my relationship, my husband, my priority. And I have to put him that standard, that worth, where he belongs, in on the little level, going from high to low. Just put your spouses up there, please. It's important. So we'll just watch a movie together. Sometimes we might not even make it through. We can be asleep. But the thing about it is, we're spending time together. We're having a peaceful moment. We're enjoying each other. So the movies, try a movie. That works. Our next thing on the list is music.
Music.
Oh, he love music. Love it. Love it. I don't know what type of music you guys like. I'm not judging anybody. Whatever music fits y'all, float y'all boat, whatever y'all doing. Music works. We like soothing, calming. I love gospel. He taking some R&B at times. He like to go back to the 90s. We do some bus stop music sometimes, but we'll just listen to the music. Sometimes we'll be dancing, just me and him in the room, just dancing till our hearts are content and we just burned out. Dancing and playing and talking. So again, the music helps us to bond and communicate better and spend time together. So that's our fourth thing that we do sometimes. Our fifth thing we do
is games.
Games. We love games. Most of the time, I play World Match. I love World Match.
That's my thing. Boy, match.
If I play World Match on my phone, he would just lay there and watch me play it. Man, we be having a good time. He don't like World Match like that, but compromise. He would lay there with me and he'll watch me play it. He'll suggest my next move and stuff like that. And and I'd be like, no, you gonna make me get out. He'd be like, let me play. I'm like, no, because you're gonna make me lose. But I mean, just having fun and enjoying the game. And sometimes he like Call of Duty and stuff like that. If he play that, I'm not that person. I don't like to play stuff like that. But I will lay there or sit there with him and watch him play the game. I make suggestions sometimes too that he don't listen to, but that's okay. That's his thing. But I will do it with him because that's what he like. And I love Mario. Like, oh man, our Mario games. Sometimes I let him play with me, and sometimes I won't. I get a little selfish with the controller sometimes. But you know, it's just that's something else that we do together, whether we watching each other or we playing together or whatever it may be. We play games, so that's something to consider as well. Some people might like hand games better than things on the console, but we are console type of person, or our phones are our main things. Our fifth thing is sitting on the porch.
Sitting on the porch.
Man, we like to sit out there.
We got the cars by.
Yeah. Sit out there. And sometimes, you know what? We don't say a word to each other. We just sit together and rock until our hearts are content. And yeah, we look at the cars go by. We don't say a thing. But, I mean, we be really, really enjoying each other. Just sitting on the porch. I'm telling you, y'all, it's so peaceful.
25 years together, 22 married. Yeah, you got to find something.
Yes, you have to find things to do. If you want your relationship to work, you have to put the time and the effort into it, or it's not going anywhere. And then we tend to want to blame someone else or the situations in life, but we're really not trying. We're not pouring into it. Every day should be new. Every day you should look forward to it. Like when he come in for work or I come in for work, I still light up. Like, hey, like, how was your night? How was your day? I be excited to see him. That's how it's supposed to be. After these 25 years together, you have to pour into each other. You have to. So sitting on the porch is one of our peaceful, just quiet moments, and we just sit there together, just being together. We just be together, because a lot of times they just thinking about it. We do not talk, and that's okay. But you're together. Our seventh thing is sitting in the car. Man, I love sitting in the car. I don't know about y'all. Sometimes I do that by myself. I will pull up to this house, and I don't get out right then.
Be out there for an hour.
He called me and like made it in the yard. Sometimes he'll come out there and sit in the car with me. If he's off, he don't have to go to work that morning when I get off because I work at night. Come out there and sit in the car with me. And we just talk. Sometimes we sit there, you like tired, like, yeah, take a moment. You know, sometimes you have to gather yourself before you had a long day at work. You want to leave work at work and don't bring it home. So sometimes it just takes just sitting there for a little bit, and then you get out and come into the family, because you can't put that on them. And it's vice versa with work. You don't take anything to work. You try not to. So, you know, you just have to take moments for yourself. So we'll just, sometimes the kids that we don't pull it off, we'll be out there sitting in the car. Like, we'll be right back from outside, because we just go out there and get in the car. And we just sit in there. But, I mean, it helps us to communicate. We'll talk. That's what you want that to lead to. You want it to lead to you being alone enough to take in things about each other. So that's our 7th thing. The 8th thing we do is walking. We go for a walk sometimes. Like, it's getting cold now. But this one, I ain't really like it, cold as it should be. So we can do it a little longer, but we don't do it as much in the wintertime, but we love walking. And if we can't get out and just walk, we'll go to the mall or Walmart or whatever. And that's still considered our walking time. But sometimes we don't buy things. We just go to Walmart, just walk around. We walk, talk, play. Sometimes we end up finding things on the shelf that we end up playing with. Like, man, look at this neat or whatever. And we'll play with it, because that's just what we do. We like to play. You have to have some of that in your relationship. You got to play with each other. Never think you're too grown to play. That is not true. Please take some playtime out for yourselves. It's really enjoying. It's good for the soul, and it relieves a lot of stress. So we like to play. We like to walk around and just walk and talk. Sometimes we'll walk up the road. We'll do 2 miles, or we'll drive a place to see how far it is, so we can see those miles one way, and then we'll walk back. So sometimes we'll be on the 5 miles or something like that, just going to that point and then coming back. In that time, in that 30 minutes to an hour, we spent time together. We talked. We had time to express ourselves about anything we feeling any type of way about. So feel free to take a walk. That's awesome, and it's stress relieving, and you sleep well at night. I sleep real good when we walk. Our 9th thing is park and talk.
Park and talk and lay and talk.
Yes, or
still
lay and
talking.
Talk. Yeah, still talking. Sometimes we get in bed, and sometimes we'll go to bed early sometimes. Man, I be ready to get in my bed 9, y'all. Sometimes I be in bed by 9. Sometimes I don't jump in there by 8, and I be like, I'm gonna watch TV, and they'll be watching me. But sometimes we get in the bed on our lay and talk night. We turn the TV off, so we end up laying there talking until we fall off asleep. Sometimes we laugh the next day. We like, who went to sleep first? We like, man, nah, you went to sleep on me. And the other night I got him because he said I went to sleep on him. I recorded him sleep, y'all. And you know what? I didn't even tell him. I sent it to him. I sent it to his phone the next day. I was like, yup, you went to sleep first. Again, we're playing, having a good time, and we're just enjoying each other. And when we park and talk, we just we'll go somewhere. Sometimes it will be the mall parking lot or Walmart. We still leave this house. We get out. It's to get out the house as well, just to get away from the norm for a minute. So we'll just go somewhere, park and talk, or like I said, we'll lay in the bed and talk. Communication is the key to everything. That don't mean we're perfect. That means that we have figured it out, y'all. That if you don't talk to each other and tell each other what's going on, you through. Your relationship is destroyed. It's destroyed because you feel like you can't talk to each other. You can't tell each other anything. You know, if you feel like, well, if I tell them this, they're gonna get mad and they're gonna turn into an argument. Not necessarily, because you're compromising. That's why I say compromise with each other. So you have to remember that as well. Like, don't give up. Keep the faith. Even new relationships. This is healthy, very healthy to start out, because this is my friend. This is my best friend. I do have a best friend girl, a female. My husband is my first love, my first best friend. So with that being said, and we were friends first, just to get to know each other correctly, dating. Then we were friends before we was lovers. So that don't end. I don't know why people think that don't end. It coincides. You're friends as well as lovers. Don't never forget that. And our last thing that we're gonna share with you, our 10th thing, is hover riding. So, yeah, of course, you know.
I can show y'all them shoes. But, you know.
Yeah, he gonna show you what they look like for the ones that didn't see it on my birthday. You know, he was already doing it, and then he got me a pair and wanted me to try it. I was like, okay, I'll try it. Compromise. So I decided to try it with them, and I actually enjoy it. I like it. I haven't fallen. Thank God. Yeah, those. And they actually about $100 on eBay or whatever. If y'all want to try it, they're called hover shoes. You might want to take in that or something similar to it, or just some good old fashioned skates. How about that? That's fine too. But you know, the purpose is to play. So I was like, my husband really enjoyed this, and I wanna have fun with him. I wanna play with him. So I do it, and I actually enjoy it. I don't do it as much as he does, but I will ride with him. So just consider that, and if not, just find something to start playing with. Find something that, you know, both of you enjoy, or, you know, consider the other's opinion about something, and then say, you know what, hey, well, maybe we will try it. But I really I want to help. So I pray that this right here helps you guys. And I want to actually show you the whole list again. This is the list of things that we just went over. Just in case you want to pause it and write some stuff down to try out for yourselves. And our 4th thing on our successful relationship goals, and I say successful because it's working for us. This is not something that I'm just telling you. So this is our successful relationship goals. And then please, by all means, take the time to make y'all a list as well. And you know, that's it right there. I wrote 4 down. And I would advise for the first one on your list to be communication. Just, you know, I would, because you ain't gonna get nowhere without it. That's in every type of relationship. Like, if you don't communicate well with the people you work with, you're not gonna, you know, somebody gonna eventually get fired. Somebody gonna be fighting, or something gonna be going on the job because you have a lack of communication. And if you know that, then you know that you have to take your personal relationship with your spouse, your person, your mate, whatever y'all want to call it, very seriously enough to communicate the way it works. And our last thing on the list I would like to share with y'all is loving on each other. So that's our 4th thing, loving on each other. How do you love on each other? So these are some things that we do to love on each other. Things that help us achieve this goal is hugs. I love hugs. It ain't him, it's me. Sometimes I come in from work. Yeah, he's not as affectionate as me. I'm touchy-feely. He ain't like that. But he do it because he love me. But I love hugs. So sometimes he'll just hug me, and I just, Lord, you just don't know that what that does for me, just a hug. So you might want to take that in for each other, hugs. Another thing we do, we tell each other to have a good day or a good night at work. If I didn't get to tell him before I left, like sometimes I leave for work at night and he's already at work. We talk on the phone and I text, have a wonderful night. He'll say have a wonderful night at work. And I say have a wonderful rest of your night. But more than likely I'm gonna call him on my break anyway. Sometimes he be asleep and sometimes he don't, but I'm still faithfully going to talk to my husband faithfully. It's something that it ain't something that you have to remember once you make it a part of your lifestyle. Once you make it a top priority, it's just gonna happen. So you won't have to be practicing like, oh man, I forgot that. No, it's just gonna become part of who you are. The way you treat each other. It's gonna, once you start it, you're gonna constantly do it. So we tell each other have a good day, have a good night. We ask each other how was your day, or how was your night, and we actually don't just start with that. We let the other one actually tell the other one about the day or night. That's our chance to vent to each other about whatever happened, and it ain't going nowhere between me and him. We gonna just vent until our heart is content. Because sometimes some stuff just get on your nerves. It just feel good to be able to just share that with somebody and you ain't got to worry about it going nowhere. Like, you should have that communication in your relationship, that part of you that can share things with each other, constantly, without worrying about somebody saying anything. So, how was your day? And actually give the person time to respond and tell you. And actually, share back what you think about it or whatever. And that works. We also, say, what do you think? So when we tell each other things or we say we want to do something, we'll ask the other one, what do you think about what was said before we actually do it? Because that way you won't have a problem later. You'll be like, well, you didn't even get with me about it. You didn't even tell me. There used to be a real bad problem we had, especially with me. And he'll be like, you didn't tell me. You didn't even ask me. Or, and with me being selfish at the time, I'd be like, well, I ain't think it, you're mine because, that's what I wanted to do. But, that's inconsiderate. So, and I had to learn, I was that person talking about me, that you don't do that to the other person. Like, really let, talk with somebody before you actually move forward with something. You want to share something on that one? You want to chime in? I'm asking him, but like I said, he's a big talker like me. But the next one, we ask each other, how do you feel? So we actually, we want to know when we discuss certain things or whatever, or we doing certain things, or we've done something. Well, how do you feel about it? How did it make you feel? Like we actually ask each other that. Or sometimes something don't happen. It don't have anything to do with the other one, and then like I use myself. I might be upset about something else. Well, if I'm not careful, and he asked me how I feel about it, I'm taking it out on him. Like, I'm already mad, and then so I'm frustrated, and he's telling me something, and then I'm like, what you talking about? This, that, and third, and I'm fussing, but I'm really not mad with him, and that's not fair to him. So we try to prevent that by saying, how do you feel? How you feel about it and stuff like that. Give ourselves the opportunity to express that about that certain thing or situation. So that's another fifth idea that you might want to consider that we do. 16, we tell each other, I love you all the time. I love this man right here, y'all.
Love too.
I tell them all the time, I love you. Like, yeah, people, they feel like, and we used to be that way, that, well, they know I love them. But it's different when you hear it. Like, when you really, you hear the person, like, I really do love you. It matters. It does. You feel it. I'm like, oh, he really do love me. And I know he love me. I know he love me by the things he do. And, by his action. I know he love me. But hey, Shabane. but I wanna say that you should say it. And if you're not at that point yet, don't be like, oh, no, we knew in this relationship. We ain't been going together for 5 days. I ain't finna tell nobody that. I'm not pressuring you into saying that. You can tell the person, I care about you. Don't think you're off the hook, because you can't say you don't care. Because if you have went forward enough to get in a relationship with a person, then some part of you have to feel a certain type of way, enough to care enough to try to be just with that person. So you can't say you don't care. So you can say, well, I care about you a lot. Have a good day. See you later on tonight, or something like that. Like, let a person know how you feel verbally too. It really does matter. Another thing we do is send emojis a lot. Sometimes we don't use words, we talk with emojis. That's something I like to do. Just to be silly. Yeah, so we'll talk with emojis, and then I'll be like, what I said. I call him, what I said. Just to see just to see if he paying attention to me. You know what I'm saying? Because, females, that we require a lot of attention. We love it. We want to be getting the right attention, though, in a healthy way. So, that's why we're here telling you, because all the attention ain't good. So, you want to be, seeking the right type of attention. And if you have a person who's willing to compromise and communicate, and show you the love that you need, so that you really feel love, that's awesome. So emojis is fun. That's actually fun to do. Just try it. Just talk with him one day. Don't use no words. He didn't like it at first, but now he enjoy it when I do that. 8th thing we do, we tell each other how much we're looking forward to spending time together on the time that we set aside for each other. So that's our date night. It goes back to date nights mostly, or he might be like, hey, I'm off tomorrow. I'm like, yeah, I am too, working tonight, but I can't wait to see you tomorrow. So we do that. We really tell each other how much we are looking forward to what's coming. That's important too. I used to think that wasn't important, but it is. Please consider that. Oh yeah, I can't wait till tonight. I can't wait till tomorrow. I'm so excited. Express yourself. And you'll be surprised sometimes at the look the other person have, or the expression, or the response you'll get. And they be like, what? For real? Seriously? They might be thinking something else. You don't want to leave room for the enemy. You don't want to leave room for them to be assuming anything. We know how assumption works with all of us. So don't leave no room for the enemy. Just always have clear communication. It starts verbally. And, your actions going to speak way louder than the words. But please, learn how to express yourselves verbally. It's very, very important. It really is. So this is our successful relationship goal list. And I'm hold it up, see if y'all can see that. And
come back soon.
Oh, come back a little. That's better. So yeah, that's our list. But y'all, please make your successful relationship goal list. If you're not in a relationship yet and you're considering one, make a relationship goal list. Make one, and for expectations and your standards for the other person, because that's important too. It's important. You're gonna really help you moving forward to consider what's more important what's least important when it comes to dating, being in a relationship, period, being married. Like, it really, really, is really important. Goals. You got your short term and your long term. Just have a field day with it. But I would really advise that you start your relationship goal list with communication. That's the key. Anything else you want to add?
No. Good.
Well, if not, like I say, I gotta go to work tonight. So we're gonna get on out of here. We're gonna hold you. We hope you have a wonderful weekend. Like, we're really gonna enjoy ours. I gotta work this weekend, but I'm still gonna be looking forward to come home, get a little sleep, then get up and enjoy my husband. Y'all have a wonderful weekend on purpose. We love y'all and we appreciate y'all watching. Y'all have a great day and a great night.